All right, here we are. I want you to see me put these back into the deck, so if they come back out again, we're like, okay, now. Have to say I was disappointed when all those other cards came out of the deck from before. I mean, granted, it could have been that that story needed to be said or confirmed. I will try to do this quickly. If you're not interested in this part, go ahead and just fast forward your screen. I don't know why I'm being, I have the thought of if there are videos that you like on other channels or whatnot and you want them to repeat and you want to hear them again, you can loop your screen as well, your video. Now, in some cases, your phone may stop and pause and ask if you're still there. I don't know, it's only on certain videos that does that. Or it could be someone on your device not wanting you to continue to listen to that over and over and over again. But there are apps and stuff that you can do or use. You can download an attachment or something in order for it to bypass that. From what I understand, I haven't downloaded any of the apps because I have so many videos and pictures and stuff on my phone that it's hard to do that. I really need to get a second phone, I think. I saw someone with 2 phones last night. One he was playing video games on as he was waiting for some food to be done. And I found it really interesting because I'm like, hey, now you can play video games, those for the apps that pay to play video games, you collect points and stuff while you're waiting. And I'm like, well, that's a good idea. And it wouldn't wear down your battery so much because it's on a different phone. But on the other hand, now you're paying for another line. Okay, let's go. Where are we at? We've got our spirits card. Drinking alcohol. Someone is really tilting it back, aren't they? They may even be putting it in their coffee. Be mindful. Maybe they are drinking as soon as they get up in the morning. It could be a mystic doing that. Psychic mysticism, fortune teller, truth uncovered, exposed, third eye, mind's eye, intuition, inner knowing. Someone could be well aware that that is happening. At the studio. Maybe someone went to go see a psychic in the studio in the morning to find out what's going on in the spirit world. We've got our 8 again. It's a masculine action. They could have been doing this since August. We've got bread. It's either making money or being super lazy. Or breaking bread. Sitting down and having a meal with someone. How do you get money when you're lazy? Parts of a whole. So that just could be just part of the story. Sure is a contradiction, right? Maybe this person is a contradiction. Travel, long distance travel. In our last reading, we were just saying that it's something that is in more places than just Canada. Go. To me, this is a wasting resource card because they're using light when it's already light outside. Maybe someone wants someone to do long distance travel. And also, I've said giving credit where credit is due. I did post that in the community, on the community page, about who actually made the stoplight. We've got a life preserve. To rescue, support, to float, to hold on, to throw in the ring, hoping to grab on, to be saved. Captain Seva, H-O-E. Can't swim, in trouble. Don't start, you guys. Hi, honey. We've got vomit. Maybe someone's trying to save themselves and they are expelling information quickly. 7 different colors of vomit gives you 7 different reasons why. Adding a little color to a black and white situation. Some stories need a little bit more detail, right? I mean, this card surely popped now that it's out on the table. You know how when you get sick and sometimes you're like shivering and you're shaking or whatnot? Whomever this person who needs saving is probably in that situation that they're a little nervous right now. They are just literally sick to their stomach. Or whoever might be spilling the beans is sick to their stomach because they're about to add some color to a situation. About all the parts to the story of what happened when they traveled. Could be going to a different country, as I said, to travel. Maybe they traveled in order to see the psychic. Bloom. These are in a pot, so it is something that you would have to cultivate in order to keep all those blooms happening. But you know, sometimes when the blooms die off, some plants like to be a little pruned, and some plants like you just to leave the little flowers on there, and it will fall off on its own. Maybe they are adding a little bit of color to the fact that they were taking care of this plant this way. They were deciding which blooms to cut and which blooms to keep. Hovering, which is our drone, can see all things from a higher altitude, maybe. Apple. Nutrition, teacher, fiber, giving the bulk of the story, perhaps. The bulk of the issue. Maybe the food made someone sick while they were on vacation. The red flags. Turn back. Maybe someone's going to offer you an apple or an offer. Someone's seeing the red flags. Well, let's see if they're well, yeah, because we've got our drone here. So yeah, the drone is seeing all the red flags to this offer. Looks like a great offer. Looks really healthy, right? Looks like a great offer, especially when it's underneath that loaf. That's money, money, money. It looks like a sweet deal. All wrapped up. It could be coming from a sweetheart. Hugs and kisses, a gift, twisted ends tied up in perfect bows. It looks like a sweet deal. Maybe. And it's going underneath the wasted resource card, or giving credit where credit is due. So maybe it seems like something that you're being offered, but it was already yours. Oh, and then we get the treasure card. Wow. Sweet treasure. Snow globe. A little trinket from all of our travels. Or we shook it up and now we can't really see the scene inside. We don't know what's about to happen. But wow, I'm so excited to see what it is with all the pretty little pink flowers underneath there, considering that it matches our sweets. Hey now. Oh, but look. We have an umbrella protecting us from the elements. Or it could be from an umbrella corporation. Ball and chain being attached to it. Restrictions stuck. The trained elephant system or syndrome, where the elephant thinks that they're stuck to this tree that they can't move because they got that chain on their foot, but we don't have the elephant card. Held back, captured, boundary, heavy, drag around, slow them down. Could be serving time. It sure is a change in someone's world. Someone could be making an offer in order to slow somebody down. Come sail away. Traveling over water. Across the ocean to get away, either to relax or to escape a vacation or relax. Relax, relax, relax. Relaxing from this weight. They may want to keep someone from being able to sail across the seas to find success. Or a golden chalice. Trophy earned, well-deserved winner, attention, fame, opportunity, hard work paying off, success, overcoming something. I mean, you don't get first place for just showing up, right? The person who gets first place usually has earned it. Usually. I know there's some cases where people will buy their trophy. We've got authority here. A person in a place of authority, wherever that may be, and whatever entity that may be in. Or it could be someone who wears a badge of some sort, someone who took an oath. Or it could be someone who's wearing their success as a badge of honor. Maybe they feel a little smug here, the fact that they were able to keep someone from enjoying life and relaxing. They're not hearing of it. They're tuning it out. They're blocking the noise and tuning it out. Listening to something, but we don't know what. Could be music, could be a podcast, could be someone's little love letter that they did a voiceover for. We don't know what they're listening to. Could have something to do with the candy and the sweet, though. Oh, look at that. The spiderweb will weave their web in order to capture their next food source. And the unexpected little food source doesn't see it coming. Perhaps whoever has this sweet treasure is not seeing it coming because it was covered and it was contained. Maybe in an account overseas. And perhaps someone in authority was saying that they were the one who earned it. It was theirs. Don't know. Sarung. It is going to be exposed very quickly. Maybe someone was footing the bill for this little web that was weaved. A person in authority. Oh, look, we've got fluff and fold. Is there laundering involved? Some sort of laundering of this treasure? 11. Twin and twin. This is my Gemini card. And then we've got the 11, which is also, I mean, you could say it was a Gemini card because it's a 1 and a 1, the twins. Unity, looking out to the future, stability, intuition, brightened, heightened awareness, connection between physical and spiritual worlds, awakening, divine guidance, call to higher purpose, transition, elevation, synchronicity, pay attention to thoughts. Balance, duality, gateway, seek spiritual truths. In the medieval theory, errors as it exceeds perfect 10. So whatever the little laundering idea was, there's some holes in it. And maybe that's what these red flags are about. They went overseas to find out about this treasure. They didn't know that this was going to be covered and locked down. They were hoping to go over there and find success as far as whomever they had to talk to. But whoever they were going to talk to, they're not listening to what they're saying to it. But instead they're going to capture this person for money laundering. Or treasure laundering. Because their games are just not a perfect game. When you do a yo-yo, you have to kind of practice that, right? You don't get it right the first time in most cases. That could be what happened here. And boy, oh boy, what a time to not get it right on the first try. Just saying. Remember, we've got our vomit card there because someone's going to talk about it. We've got our parentheses card. To put beside, more information is needed, interruption of thought, ADD. So whomever this authority figure is, they know that there's more information that needs to be had here. They're not trying to hear whatever it is that they're trying to say about it because they notice that there's some red flags here. It's just not solid enough for them. They can see the greater picture here. Hermit could involve a crab or two. And then we've got our Gemini here as well. Next card is the dodgeball. It's not colored in yet, but someone is definitely trying to dodge a situation. They don't want to get hit. Bottom of the deck is the waterfall. They don't want to get hit with all these emotions and all this erosion. Let's see what our cards have to say. We've got our meow card. She's going to have green eyes, the resting bitch face. Jealousy. Jealousy never looks good on anyone, I'd say. If you're seeing anything else to the story that I'm missing or a different storyline altogether, by all means, put it down in the comment section so that we can discuss. Please stay clear of anything of any violence, please. I don't really like to have those words on my screen, and I don't know how they affect the channel. I know there was one comment made that I had to, I think I deleted it because it used the M word, the red rum. Otherwise, I'm pretty much open to anyone's kind of rule of thought. Anyone's point of view, that's fine. I respect it. If I leave it there, it doesn't mean I agree with it. Under no circumstance do I think it's okay to be a part of a red rum situation. It is not your place to make that determination or choice in someone else's life or non-life at that matter. And I don't even think it's anyone's choice to do it against themselves. It's not all right. This does not want to go in. Learning. It's over the add some color. Maybe someone is learning all the more of the details of this whole situation. The vomit. Learning about someone is coming in and they are talking about, kind of looks like an eye, doesn't it? A little monster eye, like a black hole. Someone is coming in and learning about how this whole surveillance situation grew to the point where they were teaching other people how to do it as well, and creating a situation so bad that it was just like, you know what, you've got to turn back from this. You can't keep doing this over this treasure. You don't see that this person is covered. This person is protected from the elements. Come on now. Maybe someone created a storyline or situation that this person was putting alcohol in their coffee and that they were a psychic. And you know that psychics get a bad rap because people assume that just because they're psychics, they're negative people or they participate in negative things, which is not actually the case. Some do, don't get me wrong. Some people will lie to you, and that's why the Bible tells you stay away from psychics. The Bible is going to tell you all the rules and stuff to make sure that you can have a prosperous and long life. It tells you all the things that you do and don't do, so that way you can learn from it. And you can stay safe and happy in this life. So it will tell you stay away from psychics because they could lie to you and they could mislead you. That's not a good thing. On the other hand, they could also tell you the truth about people who don't want their truth to be spoken about, which also could cause you some problems. So they deem them as evil or demonic. And again, just like in everything, there's duality everywhere. We had that with the 8 card. That's why you have to use your discernment. By whatever kind of situation or life that you create, use discernment. There's always more than just one story. There's always pieces to the story. I just got save yourself for that life preserve. Someone's trying to save themselves by not giving credit where credit was due. It could have something to do with someone with the initial R. What is that? Richard, Renee, Rico, Robert, Rachel, Raquel. You know the R's. You would know the R better than I would. Heck, something could be rancid as I'm sitting there staring at the apple. Another celebrate card. I guess we don't have celebrate in this one. It was in the last reading. Maybe they're celebrating, putting someone, slowing someone down, confining someone, making sure they can't travel. Ten. Oops, there goes that card. 10, not being so blunt. And it looks like a W, but it's actually an M upside down. So I don't know if maybe someone with the initial M is not involved. Not part of it. Not the problem. Not being blunt. Maybe the person with the M is not being blunt in celebration of things. Maybe you'll be celebrating in 10 days, 10 hours, 10 months. And we've got underwater upside down. So obviously with the waterfall card, something's not underwater. Something's at the surface. Could involve 10 people. 10 is a perfect number. Sage. You might want to sage your house. Be mindful though, because it can trigger seizures in some people. An old flame is not going to say hey. This card right here said hey and something fell over it. It's upside down. Maybe they are going to say hey. We've got golden. Living my life like it's golden. Not, because it's upside down, because someone's got too much pride. They've got an upside down box, so it is not stuck in a box. They're not keeping someone in a box. This dragon. Magic. Pass. Gossip is almost upside down. Plastic. Vixen upside down. Stubborn. Create. We've got cards doubling up here. Unique. What the heck? So nothing here, but we've got this upside down flame. Maybe it was someone who, like some kind of, oh, fire. On the Sprung card. So maybe someone's not, excuse me. Wow, that was weird. So maybe someone's not sprung anymore. An old flame isn't sprung anymore, or an old flame is sprung. Golden years, maybe it wasn't, maybe it's from a time that was not in the golden years. They think they have unique game here, but it's fake, it's plastic. Not of really high quality there. We've got our pride here over the dragon. Fire breathing. Someone is not boxed anymore. Maybe the dragon is not boxed, kept in a box anymore. For whatever they were creating that box, and it's not there anymore. Stubborn. This person is halfway to being very stubborn in their ways. Vixen, no more. Upside down. No more Vixen. A pass. We've got pass here. I'll pass on the whole Vixen, gossip, magic. We've got gossip and magic here. And I'll pass on that because we've got the pass card here. Passing on that and going to the Lotus. Lotus is about peace, focus, meditation. And that's over the hover card. So it could be someone who has a love for drones. They could be looking for a place to find peace. Because now they're in a state of what the heck? WTH. What the heck? What the heck? Like seriously, what the heck? And we've got whack. Upside down. With that being said, I hope there was something here that could have helped you on your journey, made you aware of something on your journey, like with the more details and stuff, and so that way you know how to kind of proceed forward with it. There are red flags here. There is authority involved. God forbid these people went to this other country and they found success with someone who was an authority over there. Or maybe this authority person captured this person who was doing it, right? And it exposed their money laundering. Their not so perfect plan, their game that they really tried to have to work at. They had to try it again, and they're not given that opportunity to try again. And now they're stuck under these these enormous emotions over there that is just beating them down. I don't know. Beating them down, like weighing them down. With that being said, make it a great day and take care.